So there's been talk that sometime around 2025, Spider-Man 4 will officially start filming. Now there are a few things that I would love to see the MCU do when it comes to Spider-Man 4. So the first thing, and I know I'm not alone on this because a lot of people have talked about this before, but for Spider-Man 4, Peter needs to be on his own. He needs to be alone. So that means none of his friends from school, so no MJ, no Ned, maybe not even Flash. Definitely none of the Avengers. Just Peter Parker alone for this entire movie. This is because at the end of No Way Home, everyone forgets who Peter is. So MJ forgets, Ned forgets, Doctor Strange, everyone forgets who Peter is and forgets the fact that he's Spider-Man. So I feel like the MCU should just continue going along with this with no one knowing who Peter is and pretty much just having him be by himself, because it would pretty much just kind of like cancel out the ending of No Way Home. But there have been some reports saying that Zendaya will be in Spider-Man 4, and if this ends up being true, I'm really hoping the MCU doesn't, use MJ a whole lot. Like, if anything, maybe she'll just be in like less than 10% of the movie. And if MJ is in Spider-Man 4, maybe they could just keep her in the donut shop and Peter would just be like a regular customer, and that's how they kind of like chit chat and get to know each other. And if they do end up going this route with keeping MJ at the donut shop and, her and Peter become just acquaintances instead of friends, I think it would still be pretty funny if she somehow figures out that Peter is Spider-Man, just like how she did in Far From Home.
MJ,
I'm Spider-Man.
What?
That's what you were gonna say, that you're Spider-Man.
The thing that's been reported about Spider-Man 4 is that it's going to be like a street level civil war with Kate Bishop being in the movie, Jessica Jones, and Echo. Now, I like the idea of it being like street level, but not street level civil war. I feel like they should kind of go back to basics and have Peter be, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, instead of going up against like, crazy big villains. And like, I don't hate the idea of like, having someone like Kate Bishop be in the movie because, Haley Steinfeld, like she's just absolutely perfect and everything. But I feel like this should be a standalone Spider-Man movie, so no other heroes should be in this movie except for just Spider-Man. And when I said that they should kind of go back to basics and have Spider-Man be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, I'm also talking about that they shouldn't have a crazy villain be the villain for this movie. I feel like it should be more of like, a street level type of villain. Just like how Homecoming's main villain was Vulture, I feel like for this movie, the MCU should definitely use a villain that's similar to Vulture. So maybe one possible villain could be Scorpion, since they did show in a post-credit scene and everything. And there was that little Easter egg in No Way Home where we saw, Scorpion from a different universe. So I feel like maybe it's time to finally bring in Scorpion. To continue on the idea with villains being similar to Vulture, I feel like another good pick would be Kingpin or even Tombstone to be the main villains for Spider-Man 4. Kind of go with like the mob boss type of thing, where money is their main power, except for like Tombstone, which I think he has like super strength. Kingpin, I don't think he has like super strength. I think he's just physically strong. So yeah, just kind of go back to basics and just have characters like Vulture, have it be Kingpin, Tombstone. And if they weren't going to go that route, then, just bring in Scorpion, since, we've been teased with Scorpion before, so might as well. This last villain, it's, a little bit of a stretch, but I think it could work for Spider-Man 4. And that is Prowler. I think Prowler should be finally introduced into the MCU. They already introduced Aaron Davis in Homecoming, and Donald Glover, also known as Childish Gambino, he made an appearance in Into the Spider-Verse, so I feel like they might as well just put Prowler in the MCU and everything. And if they do bring in Prowler into the MCU, I feel like they can make like a slight change with his character. Not make him like a full-fledged villain, even though I'm talking about villains for this segment, but like not make him like a full-fledged villain, make him more of like an anti-hero, like he's not a villain, but he's not a hero. He's just like in between. So someone like Deadpool. And honestly, the only reasoning why I want Prowler to be more of like an anti-hero instead of a full-fledged villain for this movie, if he ends up being in this movie, is because remember back in Homecoming, Aaron Davis gave Spider-Man information about weapons dealing that was going on because he wanted those weapons off the streets since he has a nephew.
I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood. I got a nephew who live here.
And that nephew obviously being Miles Morales, who I actually don't really expect to see in the MCU for, quite a while. And speaking of anti-heroes, why not just bring in Black Cat? I feel like Black Cat would be a nice addition to the Spider-Man MCU movies, especially for the fact that Spider-Man and Black Cat, they tend to have great chemistry with each other. She can also be a potential love interest for Peter, since Peter and MJ aren't dating anymore. Well, they kind of are dating, but she just doesn't know it. I guess in Peter's headcanon, they haven't officially broken up yet, so, they're still together. But yeah, like I think Black Cat would be a nice addition into the MCU, because again, her chemistry with Spider-Man is always great, and this could be a potential love interest for him if, the whole MJ thing doesn't work out. And it wouldn't be rare for things not working out for Spider-Man, because, he doesn't get much love in the end. He always has horrible things happen to him. So it just wouldn't be rare if things didn't work out for him. And my last hope for Spider-Man 4, it actually has to do with cameos. Now, the MCU is known for doing a lot of big cameos and everything. And I feel like that's going to happen in Spider-Man 4. But I kind of hope they don't do like a big cameo. Like I kind of don't want them to have another Avenger make a cameo or anything like that for this movie, because again, I want this to be a standalone Spider-Man movie. So if they did if they did have a cameo for like a big Avenger, like maybe Professor Hulk or Thor for some reason, or something along those lines, I just feel like it wouldn't work out if this was going to be a standalone Spider-Man movie. And again, I just feel like they should, if anything, they should just tone down with the cameos and not have like some big character make an appearance or make a cameo in this movie. But if they were to do a cameo, I think the only one that would be kind of like reasonable would be Doctor Strange, since, Peter went to him in No Way Home to have everyone forget he was Spider-Man and everything. So I feel like the only reasonable cameo that they could do would be Doctor Strange, but that's really it. Or for some odd reason, Deadpool shows up as a cameo, because it's Deadpool, and I feel like Deadpool 3 is probably gonna get released before Spider-Man 4. So who knows? It's Deadpool also. Like, I feel like it would kind of make sense for Deadpool to make a cameo and Spider-Man 4 be his first cameo in the MCU, since Spider-Man and Deadpool, they tend to kind of they have a lot of interactions with each other in the comics. So other than Doctor Strange making a cameo, maybe Deadpool would be like the other reasonable cameo for Spider-Man 4. But all in all, probably just tone down on the cameos for Spider-Man 4. But yeah, that is pretty much just my hopes when it comes to Spider-Man 4. Comment down below what you hope to see in Spider-Man 4, or what you hope they end up doing when it comes to Spider-Man 4. But I pretty much got nothing else to say, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for my other discussion videos, also for my reaction videos. If you're into any of those, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, the whole thing. So with all that being said, again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, see ya.